So I mean, if you're describing Arianism, I don't want to say most people, I can't speak for most people, but Jesus is simply a man. But I think the Arian Christology is a little bit more nuanced than he's just a creature.
Right. Because before Arius, there's this thing called adoptionism, which is Jesus is just a man, but he was adopted as God's son. But just the way you or I can be. So he's just like one of us. He's no different from the rest of us.
Yeah.
The problem is, though, that by the time of Arius, the New Testament is pretty much set. The table of contents is set. So you can't say, if somebody says, well, what do you do with John chapter 1 or Philippians 2? You can't say, oh, those aren't in my Bible. You don't get to say that anymore because the Bible is set. So now, by the time of Arius, he's got to account in some way for the divinity of Christ in the New Testament.
Right.
So what he says is that Jesus started out as a mere human, but because of his perfect obedience to God, he was rewarded with a kind of quasi-divinity, not as divine as the Father, not consubstantial, but more divine than you or I. So for Arius, Jesus is a man who became a God, small g.